Hi, in this video, we are gonna build CRUD operation for our author class. Let's start. Before doing that, I'm gonna add some packages to our application. So I'm gonna create a new package called controllers and models and repositories. Repositories are responsible of our database operation, like add a new record, deleting. Models represent our database tables, and controllers respond to requests from the client. Let's create our first class. I'm going to create a new Java class named author. This is an entity class, so also a table, and table name is author. There are three attributes of this class: ID, name, and surname. Private integer ID. We also need to generate getter and setters. To do that, click generate and getter and setter, select all, and OK. Now we are ready to create our repository. So click repository and add a new interface and named author repository. This is a repository. Add repository annotation and we need to extend GPA repository, and first parameter, the class name. First parameter is the class author, and the second parameter is the ID type, in this case integer, and that's it. Now we need to create our controller. So I'm going to create a new class named controller and add REST controller annotation. Okay, in here we have three methods. One is for saving record, and one is for deleting, and the last one is get all records from the database. And first we need to add request mapping. Request mapping is author. We also need to call our repository here. So author repository. Okay, and we need to add this annotation. Let's build our save function. This function will take an author object and save it. So post mapping save request body author save Okay, that's it. And let's test this function now. I'm gonna start my application. I'm gonna use Postman API for testing our routes. So I'm gonna send a post request to localhost 8080 author/save, and in body I'm gonna send a JSON object. So name equals Leo, and surname equals to Tolstoy. Okay, now I'm gonna send this post request. Okay, everything is fine. Let's check our database. In library, you can see the author table here. So let's check. As you can see, our data has been saved successfully. We can also update our data with this function. We just need to pass an ID. So let's try this. I'm gonna pass ID is 4, and I want to change that to Mark Twain. So send request, and let's check this one more time. So as you can see, when we pass ID, data is updated. If we don't send ID, it will add a new record. So let's try. Leo send it. So for now, that's working pretty cool. Let's build our other function, get all function. So this is gonna return a list of authors. So also this is gonna take get request. So get mapping is get all, and this is gonna return author repository dot find all function. This function will return all author in our database. Let's test it. I'm gonna restart my application. So now I'm gonna send a get request to localhost 8080/author/get all. Okay, this is working cool. Let's add the delete function here. Our delete function will take ID from the path and delete the record equals that ID. So I'm gonna add a path variable integer ID, and this is gonna be delete mapping and delete slash you need to add ID in here like this, so the application can take ID from the path. Auto repository delete by ID and paste the ID. Okay, let's try this function. I'm gonna restart my application. Okay, so let's send the delete request to localhost 8080 auto/delete. I want to delete 4. Okay, let's send this. Everything is okay. Let's make the get request to see our changes has been finished successfully. So I'm gonna send a request to get all. So okay, this is working too. Thank you for watching, guys. See you in the next video.